I've gone on 3 runs recently, pretty much the same distance for each run, pretty much the same heart rate range for each one, but very different paces for each one. My heart rate and my pace do not tell the same story when running in hot, humid weather. And it has been a warm summer. We are talking summertime running.
First run, I am out for a tempo run and oblivious to the fact that I have my camera backwards.
Just finished a tempo run. And if you've been watching my channel, you know that I'm trying on my new zones for my most recent VO2 max test. And so the threshold run for me is zone 4, and my specific heart rate for that is somewhere between, I think it's 162 and 167, somewhere around there. I've been running for a long time, but have not paid much attention to, all the science stuff, the exercise physiology of the run. So until these last 3 or 4 years, and it's taken me in a whole other direction that I did not expect, including keeping my little heart rate zones on a little cheat sheet. This is actually my little cheat sheet card that I keep in my little pouch, my running pouch. It's getting a little beat up. Quite often I forget what these new zones are, so I have them written down and I have what they're called here, so I'm trying to get the terminology right.
Run number 1, this threshold tempo pace run, was pretty good. A pace of 5:32 is good for me. I know for some of you that is not a good pace. For me, that's a pretty fast pace. And my heart rate was right at the bottom of zone 4 at 162. Run number 2, I'm still thinking about the whole heart rate zones. And the day is a little hotter and a little more humid. Same route, same distance.
We talk a lot about, or I talk a lot about heart rate based training, zone training for running, zones 1 through 5. And I'm not a scientist, but I am a recreational runner who's been running for about 25 years. I've had 2 VO2 max tests done in a clinical lab setting. I have had the opportunity to interview an exercise physiologist who did the VO2 max test following the test in the clinic. I interviewed him and learned so much. All that to say is I am still learning. I have a science background. My degree in university is a Bachelor of Science in Health Education. I have some exercise physiology courses. That's a million years ago. And so I think I have a science brain, but I'm rusty. This is my runner's ramble for today. The heart rate is not everything for zone-based training. When I was interviewing Dr. Jeff, the exercise physiologist, he said a couple times to me that the heart rate is just the vehicle to get you there. I didn't really get that, but here's a really practical example why it's starting to make more and more sense. Oh, I have to switch my arms. I hope this is recording okay. My fingers aren't in the way. I just did a 5K, what I thought was going to be a zone 4 run. And technically, I think it was a zone 4 run based on my heart rate. But zone 4, I think of that as pushing it to my limits and pushing hard, a tempo run, a threshold run. Today is a very hot day. It's about 28 degrees Celsius. And I did the same 5K route that I did last week. And last week was my threshold run. Today, I don't know what it turned out to be. I kept my heart rate in the zone 4 range, but my pace was so much slower because my body and my heart rate is working to compensate for the heat. And so my runner's ramble today is use your heart rate as the vehicle to get you to where you want to be, or as a barometer to see where you are. I was going not very fast today, but I was in zone 4 heart rate. It's how all the systems work together. It's not about one specific number. It's not about the distance. It's not about the heart rate. It's not about your VO2 max. It's not about your pace. It's about every single one of those and the collective effect it has on your body and on your training. Now I have to cool off. It is 4:25 and it's a Friday, and my husband and I have date night every Friday night, and the date starts at 6. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a very noisy squirrel chirping in the background here. And this squirrel and I are having a bit of a battle. Some of you know that I have another YouTube channel, like only a handful of videos on it, but it's on nature things and backyard birds. And if you want to see an amazing video about a mama squirrel physically relocating her 3 babies from one birdhouse to another birdhouse, you need to check that out on my Feathers, Furs, Fleurs site. I know it has nothing to do with running, but it is a part of my life. I'm a total bird nerd, nature lover, so I will put a link to that video below. Squirrels are a nuisance and they are amazing. Oh, there's my husband coming back from his little 4-wheeler ride. That means date night's getting closer. I better get moving. It's another hot, humid day. I was gonna do a threshold run, but no. Yeah, and I'm guessing I'm probably right in the middle of that zone 3, which you don't want to spend a lot of time training in that zone, but regardless, this feels comfortably hard. And this feels a lot harder than zone 2. Having said that, the legs are a little tight. I had a full day of gardening yesterday. This morning I did a few sets of squats and a little bit of strength training. So maybe that's why. Yeah. This feels hard. But my heart is not very stressed. Even with this talking and holding the phone, the selfie stick, it's at 154. Now, having said that, I am sweating. Might also be a connection issue with my device and my wrist. But I don't think I'm sweating any more than previous runs, so interesting. Oh my goodness, it is a warm, warm day. Very warm and very humid. This is the 3rd run that I've done in the last few weeks that has been on a very hot day, and I'm testing things out. I have new heart rate training zones. Last night I started to watch some other videos on YouTube, and I follow Coach Perry. They are great for runners over 50. Such great information. Anyway, I forget her name, but I'll link the video down below. I have no affiliation at all with them. It's just fabulous information. And so she did a video on how your heart rate changes over 50. I forget the title of the video, but again, it'll be linked down below. But one section of it was about running in the heat. And she reminded us that heat changes everything. And it just made such perfect sense. And again, I know this, but sometimes when you hear it after you've experienced it, it makes more sense. And she just said, remember that your heart is doing 2 things when you're, well, it's doing a lot of things, but 2 main things that it's doing when you're running is that it's trying to deliver blood and oxygen to your muscles and your working muscles, and your muscles often work harder in the heat, but it's also sending blood and oxygen to your skin to try and cool yourself down. And so it's working harder, which would make sense that the heart rate would be higher, even though your pace may be slower. And the other thing that was of such great interest is she said, and humidity changes everything because the sweat doesn't evaporate off your skin as easily. So lo and behold, your heart has to work a little bit harder. It makes perfect sense. And I have experienced this. I've gone for the same route 3 times now, and my pace has been very different. And remember, if you're running in the heat, be careful, be safe. And if you're running in the heat, you should really watch her video. And as I said, I'll link it down below. I know I should be linking to my own videos because I only have a few viewers. But feel free to drop by my channel and look at some of my videos. But I'm not the expert. I'm just sharing some of my practical experiences. Coach Perry is a group of experts, so check it out. Are you in an area where you're running in the heat? Is heat an issue for you? Let me know down below. Stay safe, keep moving. I'm Angela, and this is Lead Your Living.